It's a familiar and beloved sound to all of us. The music of the pipe organ has played a central role in Catholic worship for centuries. My name is Joshua Guzman, and I am the organist and director of music at Saint Andrew in Myrtle Beach. Today I'd like to take the opportunity to give you an update related to our organ here at the parish. The organ that we have here at St. Andrew dates from about 1985 and is technically called a digital computer organ. Now you hear that word in the name, computer organ. Imagine any computer item from the mid-1980s trying to still function in 2025. So that is a good way to begin the explanation of some of the issues that we're currently having with the organ, some of the deficiencies, and some of the unfortunate failings of the instrument. You can see here, marked with yellow tabs, a number of things that no longer work on the organ. In addition to the things that simply don't work, there are a number of things that seem to be in a state of decline, perhaps even in a state of dying. A good example of that might be some of these, what you call reed stops of the organ here. A reed, as you might think of an orchestral instrument, would be something like your trumpets and your oboes and so on. And the organ has these families of instruments that it imitates. So here on the swell division, where you can see there's a number of things that don't work, that's the upper keyboard here. You'll hear some of my reeds. Now when you think of a trumpet or a thing of that nature, you think of something that really packs a punch. Compare that to just one trumpet stop here in the great division, the lower manual. You see that something is clearly wrong here. A lot of times, and it comes and goes, when I play the reed stops of the swell division here, you'll also hear some static coming through. One of the issues that you have in this instance, where a number of things in this division don't work and a lot of the other things are softer than they should be, perhaps due to dying amp technology or dying computer technology, is a lack of balance. You can have a lot of things on the organ that are far too soft to be useful. Likewise, you can have a lot of things that are way too loud to be pleasant. But there's a lack of that middle range of balance. So I'd like to demonstrate that for you by playing an excerpt of a piece that requires the organist to go back and forth between these two keyboards. Again, you can clearly see that something is off here going between these two divisions. Since starting in my position here at St. Andrew in February of 2024, I've had the wonderful opportunity to hear from so many of you, parishioners and visitors alike, in conversations after Mass, and phone calls, emails, even some cards in the mail, how much you all love the direction that our sacred music and liturgy programs here at the parish are going. The backbone of any serious sacred music program is the organ. And my prayer is that after taking the time to watch and learn a little more today about the status of our organ here at the parish, you'll prayerfully consider how you might contribute and take part in our efforts to undergo an organ replacement project. Thank you again for taking the time to watch and listen and learn today. God bless you.